vaping. Again, vaping companies have been marketing their wares to younger and younger people with all of these sort of fancy smancy flavours and what have you. And there's been some resistance, hasn't there? I know from the tobacco companies who might also be involved with vaping. That went quiet for a little while, but now there's new legislation. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Those tobacco companies have hopped over into the vaping industry quick as a flash, haven't they? Using their existing supply chain and distribution channels. I think the party is over for the old Wild West of any type of vape and any flavour, and let's market it to the types of audience
Kids
that will be attracted by the idea of lemon twist and strawberry ice and God knows what else.
Yeah, exactly. Kids.
France are taking the lead. They're banning single-use vapes. They're going to be clamping down as well on marketing of vapes that look like they're targeted at children. You know, when it's oak and whiskey type flavours on the one hand, targeted at middle-aged smokers, versus kind of rose petal lemonade starburst. You know what's going on, and enough is enough. The EU, I think, will be following suit and getting its act together by 2026. But the UK Vaping Industry Association is doing everything in its power to try and fight any regulatory change. It says that banning vapes floods markets with illegal vapes. That's an argument for nothing to be illegal, of course. But it also raises the good that vapes do in helping people get away from smoking. Well, actually, that's a really solid point, isn't it? But do they have to be flavoured in that way? Not for that market, I suspect, as we've said.
But I have to say, there has been some evidence that with some younger people who, start with vapes, they're not like the older person who is smoking and use vapes to cut down on tobacco. There's a whole new youth that only have ever tried vapes, and they're finding in many cases they then graduate onto tobacco.
Well, yeah, it's the old gateway argument, isn't it? And I'm not enough of a statistician or having seen the evidence to know to what extent that's the case. You can say definitely that there are. It looks, doesn't it, like there are more kids vaping than kids would be smoking. But smoking, which is the real evil, I think there are very, very fewer people starting, and smoking is culturally dying out. I think that must be a good thing. Problem is, you've also got local councils. They're the poor beggars who have to recycle them. And it's not easy to recycle these single-use vapes. And the reason for that is they're multiple part and they're not really designed for it. They're manufactured very far away and shipped over by the million, believe you me. I think we're going to end up at some type of halfway house, because it really is important that these vapes exist for our public health. I think they need to be easy to access, and probably to an extent disposable means that ticks all the boxes, because somebody who smokes may well take the view, well, I tell you what, for all the hassle of getting all my vaping equipment together and all that, I'm just going to have another cigarette. You might not agree with their decision, but we do want to keep those people from expensive hospitals, don't we?